Hello and welcome to part 12 of Let's Play as an Elf in Archeage. I'm Zerift, your host. Concerning the last ending of the last video, my lawyers instructed me I have no such knowledge of wrecking a vehicle in a test drive. Don't know what you guys are talking about. Moving on, we're going to continue the story. So far, I accidentally killed a man in a tournament because apparently my blade, without my knowledge, was poisoned. Thus the man is killed, and we are going to speak with that man's widow, a human, in a world where where elves are very racist to humans of the West, and there's not a very good relationship. So this should be interesting. Ooh, the guy was a knight. Kicked a knight's ass. A wandering elf, what brings you to my home? My lady, I come bearing tragic news. Your husband was slain on the field of honor in Junid Forest. An unknown assassin coated one of the dueling blades with poison. My husband! By Nui! No! Oh, I told him not to go into the cursed forest. Hey, that's my home. Hey, currently.
It was a long road to reach the Knight's Widow. Along the way, your eyes were opened. There were so many, elves and Nuians alike, who required aid. Clearly not all was right in Nuia. How could it be, when so many citizens seemed so desperate? Aranzeb had lived in a grand city. He'd seen poverty and strife, but nothing like this. Everywhere you turned, someone new was desperate for help. Many locals were concerned about the recent resurgence of Dahuta cultists in the area. You recalled a painting of a beautiful elf maiden with chilling eyes, the goddess Dahuta. She'd been one of the 12 adventurers and had become a goddess, just like Jean had become a god. But before that, as an ordinary elf, her name hadn't been Dahuta. It had been Aranzebia. She was the godchild of Aranzeb himself. Finally, you recognized the elf maiden from Aranzeb's latest memory. How could you ever forget that frosty stare?
Okay, quick recap for you guys who didn't catch that. Basically, like I said before about relationships ending the world, apparently made it much worse. Uh, uh, the girl that Arezeb, the elf hero god of the 12 Adventures, which you've all seen the 12 Adventurers at the beginning opening cinematic when you first open the game. It's the first one you get with all those guys fighting and so forth. Um, basically, Ranzev was friends with a man named Jim who would later become Curios, a dark evil god, who he sent on a quest of vengeance on, which is really because all the races of the adventurers inherit the memories of these gods. So the elves gone crazy from it. Basically, he was in love with a human woman who was in love with Jean, who would later become a dark god, Curios, and the woman that was in love with the elf woman in love with Razeb was the Huta, which is the reason for all these crazy cultists. So the plot thickens.
That other elf, Deltoken, has refused to meet my eye since his arrival. I should have known even then.
Deltokin is here? In Windsheet? Where?
He's up the path, standing beneath the great trees. Please, leave me to my grief.
Now let's tell Junior. Oh, come on. Anyways, so the Plefficans. Let's deal with this side quest real quick.
These are the Dakota Cult's orders. How did you get these?
Belisar last minute made a new friend, I think. Thank you, Trevor.
According to these documents, the Dakota cultists have somehow gained control of the wind elementals in the Lilith Hills. That would explain the recent elementals attacks on Windshade. The local militia hasn't been able to touch these creatures because Zephyr elementals are generating such high winds that combat is impossible. If you want to help, take this Earth Elemental Stone and use it on Zephyr Elementals to lower defenses and then destroy them.
And this little side quest. The local windmills are attacking the Windchain citizens, chasing off valuable livestock. The town can't take much more of this. I'm looking for someone to patrol the fields around the town and take out those breeze elementals. Think you can do it? I'll try. Yes. Hey, where's my mount? Alright, he's... I'm glad to get here. And let's talk to this guy. I was told that you had left the forest to uphold the elves' honor. I thought to catch you before you return, but it seems I beat you here. Stay a moment. Speak with me. You see, Eonor believes that the elves are unprepared for their return to Aurea. We train and we plot, but we grow no closer to our goal. But if we allied with the humans, together we would have the strength to retake our ancestral home. That is why he invited the Nuians to the competition. And that is why it is so important to him that our negotiations here continue. Negotiation. Blah.
The further you traveled, the more Dahuta cultists you encountered. She was the goddess of the sea and the goddess of change. Though what her cultists were hoping to change was unclear. Perhaps they wanted to overturn the cult of Nui that had dominated since the exodus from Auroria. Or perhaps they wanted something more insidious. You'd heard bards sing of Dahuta's vast underwater palace and troves of male slaves. Supposedly, she'd use magic to make their faces all identical. As far as Aranzeb's memories had told you, his godchild had held no particular love for the sea. It seemed entirely by chance that she had inherited her specific powers. Similarly, perhaps Jean had become the god of destruction only by chance. Aranzeb had always suspected Jean's soul possessed a certain darkness.
That's actually surprisingly creepy, in a way. Alright. I know you wish to help Enor, even though he accused me of murder, but he is an idealist, not a politician. I believe I know a way to reach these Nuians. Take this and show it to a wandering chemist Flucian, just east of the crossroads. A treasure detector? What good will this do? Really? The new knights who attend the tournament are sworn to Duke Ranban, Lord of the Lilyhood Hills, but he's away on business at the Crescent Throne, and his regent, Sir Greylant, currently rules in his absence. Villagers say Sir Greylant is more fond of treasure than honor. Who knows? Perhaps a few baubles will move him to cooperate with us in spite of the tragedy at the tournament. Yeah, really. Okay, so we got...
Where are they getting that armor? Damn it.
Anyways. Hey, what am I doing? Get on! LK! Get on, LK! Love the kick this thing gets. Alright, kill one. Okay, that was nuts. Oh, I save a lot of money. I should invest in some armor. For both of us. Oh, what was that? Can't use it right now. Alright. Damn it. That guy stole my kill. That was... Alright, final one. Well, that didn't do much at all. What? Oh no. Looks like I'm about to be led. Oh no. I know it's gonna happen. I mean, like that or something. Something's going on. Action. Well, gonna have to cut this one short, guys. Leave me a tweet, leave a comment, leave a like or dislike, whatever. I will see you next time.